I had to change how I was living, so I changed the way I eat, changed the way I felt so I could change the way I speak. I stopped listening to music that was changing how I think. Then I put the liquor down, was time to change the way I drink. Please don't take it personal, I'm taking care of me. Stressing about my future, it was messing up my sleep.
Hi, love. Welcome to the very first episode of Becoming Her with Ashley Martin. I am so honored that you are here. This podcast is like a deep breath. So take a moment wherever you are, whether you are folding laundry, driving, whatever you're doing, just take a deep breath. Because oftentimes we forget that the breath is life. The breath is the most important thing. And so this is what I want you guys to know, that this podcast is just going to be like a deep breath and a reminder to let you know that you are not behind, you are becoming. Who am I? I am Ashley Martin, wife, mother of 5, photographer, licensed esthetician, an empowerment speaker. But more than titles, I am someone who have lived through trauma, who has overcome procrastination, who has lived through self-sabotage, and all of those messy things that sometimes come in the way from us just extending to that higher version that has been calling out for us. And so on this podcast, what you can expect is to have real conversations, to be empowered. Some weeks it will be a solo episode. You just hear my voice, a voice that has gone through so much trauma. Other weeks, I will sit with women who have overcame so many obstacles, who are rising, who are answering the call on their lives. And so we will have raw conversations. We will have conversations filled with laughter. And most importantly, it will be conversations centered around motherhood, growth, faith, entrepreneurship. And so I am honored to have you on this journey with me. And if this is already something that you will be interested in, I would love for you to be a part of the community. Becoming Her was born through a 21-day fast, through the aches and the pains of wanting to be seen and wanting to feel empowered. This space will be a space where I empty myself out of all of the things that I've gone through to inspire you and to hopefully be inspired in return. There was a season in my life where everything just felt like it was falling apart. A season that it looked like I had it all together, but on the inside, everything was just crumbling. And it was during that time that I felt as if God was whispering to me that you're not behind, you're becoming, and that your pain will be repurposed. During this time, I felt like I had to do it all quite naturally. And I often asked myself, who's there for me? Who's going to be there for me? And this time in my life was met with a lot of vulnerabilities and just the overall mindset of, I know that I am destined for more. And so for years, I sat with the idea of, it's not my time yet. It's not my time because I am focused on my family, my husband, my children. And so I quietly sat with, a lot of experiences of rooting for friends, families that were accomplishing things, but quietly wondering and praying, when will be my time? But through the most traumatic time in my life, my time came. And so I am here because of pain. I am here because of that traumatic experience. That traumatic experience was the epitome of God repurposing my pain. And so I'm here to ask you, Are you dealing with something that's traumatic right now? Are you unsure how you're going to move forward with? If you've ever asked yourself those questions, I want to ensure you that yes, you can move forward. This is not the final destination. God will repurpose all of your pain and things will work out for you. Being in that space taught me that all I needed was God, for one, the right mindset, two, and the right voices in my life. Thankfully, although I encountered so many things, thankfully I had those three things, which are the most important things. So with God, all things are possible. With the mindset, the right mindset, you can achieve anything. And with the right voices in your life, that will help sustain you and will help propel you to the next version of yourself, which is desperately calling out to be saved and to say, hey, I am here. Walk into this new version of yourself. And I sit here today just full of so much gratitude that I am in this new version of myself that I once prayed for, I would say 5 years ago. And it feels good. It feels really good to be in a place that I wanted to be in this space. And when I refer to wanting to be in this space, I'm referring to wanting the feeling of being whole, to being complete, not seeking validation, being unapologetic. And although that is a word that we use so frequently, being unapologetic, it is powerful. It is powerful to be unapologetically you, to not seek validation. A story comes to mind of President Obama talking about some of the tables that he sat at and some of the rooms he was in, and just overall that the message was about rubbing elbows with folks who seem so this and that and so like grandiose, right? And he says something to the nature of when you get around these people, oftentimes you will find that they're just so ordinary and not as, so grandiose as you may think. And so I want to, remind you to be unapologetic. You don't need validation from anyone. And I'm sure that there are so many of you that sometimes feel that need, wanting to be seen. And that is important to be, want to be heard and want to be seen, but by the right people, not for everybody, not from everybody. And so just move unapologetically into this new version of you. And that is what becoming her is all about. Becoming her. It is not a, thing that happens overnight. It's a process. It's a journey. We're not behind. We're becoming. And that is the beauty of what this space will be. To be a space that is sacred. I want that to rest. I want not rest, excuse me. I want that to land. When I say sacred, I want you to feel that, because that is what this space will be. A space that is about empowerment, about inspiration, about encouraging you to look within, because everything that you need is already in you. You don't have to look outside of yourself for anything, because inside of you is where the soul is, where the spirit is, and that's where you'll find God. And so I am excited about, the weeks to come and all of the conversations that you and I will have, the conversations that I will have with other women who have turned pain into purpose. And that is what life is all about. Turning lemons into lemonade. And understanding that Your pain can be repurposed. And so if all of this already feels like, a community that you would love to be a part of, I invite you in. I welcome you into my space. There's this old saying that, I like to use, and it goes like this, like when good things are happening to your life, I say, that's God's way of giving us a forehead kiss. But perhaps this is the moment right here that God is giving us a God wink. And I want you to trust the process. Trust the process of everything that's happening to your life. Be assured that you are exactly where you need to be at this time. So take all of the lessons, all of the experiences, be in the moment, and know that you are becoming a woman who is powerful. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Becoming Her. I would love your support, so please share, please subscribe, and I'll meet you here every Friday for a new episode of Becoming Her with Ashley Martin. And remember, you are not behind, you are becoming.
I wanna be in everything I love.